Hey everyone, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have some new products from Lifescraft. They sent them to me and invited me to create something to share with you. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm making some journal cover fronts for a project I'm working on. And I have 7 journal covers made from wallpaper. You'll see later in this video. And I need some beautiful cover fronts for them. And so I'll be using these supplies you see here in front of me. I will also be using my new Gemini Go machine that I just got for die cutting. So this die cut that I am sticking through right now, I got from Lifescraft. I'm using it as a background, and you'll see my crazy multitasking as I work through this video. I put the die cut through, and as it's going, I get the inks done, and then I get the next one. Now I'm reaching for a metal shim. This is a new not design, a new machine for me. And I'm still learning the correct sandwiches. And I'm actually missing one of the shims that I ordered from Amazon, should be here today. So it didn't actually cut out all the pretty little triangles because I did not have the right thickness and the metal shim was too thick. So I just made it work and decided just to use it kind of like an embossing folder. And if any of the pieces fell out, I would just use that as interest and texture. So I'm making 7 of them. So you'll kind of see an assembly line here. I'm just putting that through. And then these are the beautiful inks I also got from them. They are a chalk ink, and I was blown away about how juicy they are. You're going to see that in just a minute. My main colors are purple, blue, and then a little bit of this like tan or brown. And I'm just, yeah. It's kind of crazy how I multitask, but this is honestly how I really work. So this is this beautiful blue chalk ink here. I'm using a stencil I got from them as well. All of the links to these Lifescraft items are listed below, as well as a coupon code. So you can get 20% off your order if you use the coupon code Lindsay. So the background is going to be this blue stencil. I'm going to be doing 7 of them. And then I'm going to be layering on that die cut embossed strip. That's what I'm calling it because I don't have the correct shim to make it work. I will try it again with the shim when it comes later today. Just filling in the whole background very quickly with this beautiful ink and continuing. So when you're doing multiples, try to have 0 downtime if you're going fast. I don't do all the backgrounds and all of the next one. I try to take every second to just keep working. So I have very, very little downtime at all. And that's really the best way I have found to quickly make several at one time. As we continue to work, I'm going to be showing the completed backgrounds on the journal covers so you can get an idea. The media mat I was just using that I moved out of the way, I bought from Hobby Lobby, and I'm really enjoying it. So here's another die cut that I'll be using, and it is a ticket die cut. It has a little word in the middle that says plain ticket, but I don't need that for this project since I will be gluing flowers over the ticket as well. I'm looking for a correct size cardstock, still learning the dimensions of my cutting plates as well as, of course, each of these new die cuts. I have some brown ink here from the little ink set. I was just showing you the plain ticket word. And I'm going to be inking around the tickets as well as around my inked backgrounds just to add a little extra. I really love that artsy kind of half messy mixed media look on my projects. I don't like perfect lines. Well, I do sometimes, but since I can rarely create them, I go with the messy look. Just inking around. This is a nice and juicy pad, so I'm getting beautiful blobs of brown ink around the edges, and that will also help the background stand out from the cover. So my embossed backgrounds are in blues, purples, and then there's a brown, and then my tickets are in blues and purples. And I will just be kind of randomly layering them here in just a minute. I really enjoying this new machine because I don't have to turn a crank or hold down a button. I can stick it in and keep moving and not have that downtime. Trying to find the right size here. This is a light purple. The covers, you'll see in a minute, are kind of like ivory, tan, purple, blue. So these covers will coordinate beautifully with that. I did receive a few other items from Lifescraft, but I am not showing them in this video because I have another video planned in the next week or two where I will be creating with those. I have my glue here, and since I haven't used it in a few days, I am using a pin and making sure that I can get all of that dried glue out, and just very lightly sticking it over everything. And then this is my presser tool that I made from the top of a candle. You know, those little candle toppers that I don't know what they're called. And it just presses down really nicely. I actually glued on a Dollar Tree like a felt pad for chairs so that they don't slip. And that's what I'm using to press everything down. Then as the final image, I have these beautiful florals that I've cut out of a book, and they are mostly in purples. And so I'm just gluing those on as the final interest here. So it is really 4 layers with ink. So there's the journal cover, there's the image, and I'm on to the next one. Now I'm doing this in true assembly style. Even if one of those little triangles pops out, I just leave it for interest, or my image just totally covers it. So I'm adding that onto it. Then a ticket. I forgot to ink this ticket, so that's what I'm doing. Adding on the ticket, and then another beautiful floral that I've cut out of a book, and then just gluing that on top. And you will see it paired with its cover here in just a second. There we go. I'm not gluing it onto the cover because this project is will have 2 different cover choices for each journal. It's part of my mystery packets that I'm doing, and I want whoever purchased them to be able to choose the cover. Just adding in my glue and my ticket, and you'll just see me do this 7 times, adding different flowers, the different colored tickets, and layering them up. And that is the cover that goes with that one. You can kind of see that felt pad that I put on the paper pusher, whatever you want to call that little candle top. I got that idea. I don't remember where I saw that. I think it was another YouTube video, or it was a Pinterest post, or a YouTube short, or something like that. I was like, oh, I could do that. And I use it all the time. So this is a much bigger flower. It covers most of the ticket, but it's still gorgeous. I realized as I started this next background that I ran out of those flowers. So I'll be digging around to find a different flower. And I do find the next 2 will be squares that have flowers on them that I had cut out from a different floral book. I'm trying to find a correct placement, something that I really like. And this one has purple flowers, so look at how pretty that looks. And then the next one will have a yellow flower, but that's going to go really well with some of the more brown tones and add a pop of color. Yellow always looks good with blue and with purple, so that will be my next one. You may have noticed I put some of the tickets with the little tear-off stub at the top and some of the tickets with the little tear-off stub on the bottom. It really doesn't bother me either way. Tickets don't really have a right side or a wrong side. And now I'm out of flowers again. So I'm digging around and I find a little fussy cut flower that I had in my stash from a digital kit from Creative Fabrica, and I just added that on there for the final cover.